It's rolling, so just shoot.
Okay, cut. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jess. If this is your first time here, you are welcome. In today's video, we'll be talking about cost of living in the Netherlands, and with me, I have the beautiful Yvonne. Yvonne has been in Amsterdam for a bit now, and I thought it'd be great to do this video with her to do a bit of comparison, right? So I'm going to leave the floor to Yvonne to tell us a bit about herself.
Hi everyone, hi Jess. Hi, it's good to see you again.
I know, always good to see you.
Yes, so my name is Yvonne and she's probably introduced me right. I moved to the Netherlands just shortly after she did, and we live in the same city, so I think we're going to be talking more about the city we're used to, because I hear the cost of living is quite different in other parts of the Netherlands.
Yep.
So yeah, so we'll talk mostly about Amsterdam, but I moved here for work, and yeah, I think that's the most we can know about me now.
Yeah, and Yvonne has been here for almost a year now.
Yeah, actually June makes it a year, so
And this is
just a few weeks from 1 year.
Yeah, we're currently in May, so she's been here about a year.
Mhm.
I've been here a little over a year. If you've been following my channel, then you know that. I think about a year, 3
months.
Yeah, 3 months exactly. So quick context. We wanted to do this video to compare our different families. So Yvonne is a family, not Yvonne herself, but Yvonne and her family, a family of 2, husband and wife.
Mhm.
Mine is a family of 3, husband, wife, and child.
Toddler.
And exactly, and toddler, she just turned 2. Yeah, so we wanted to do this video to compare, because I think, you know, if you check YouTube, you see a lot of videos about people sharing their cost of living from a singular perspective. You know, maybe they're living alone, and I haven't really seen a lot of videos that touch on families. Now, Yvonne, let's start with, what is your biggest expense, like the one that really bites your pocket?
It's the rent. To be honest, it's the rent. But I think, okay, so yes, it's the rent is the biggest expense.
So if you
for
were to
now.
say 2 expenses then, because I feel like you may have something else you want
Yes,
to say. So
yes.
let's say 2 biggest expenses then.
So it's the rent, and it is every other thing around feeding.
Got it. We're starting with the biggest expenses, because
Mhm.
I think typically everyone's biggest expenses could be rent,
Mhm.
right? But I think there's a difference here, which is, in my case, you know, my 2 biggest expenses, rent and daycare. So this is the different pitch, right? Lots of people may not need to use daycare because you don't have kids, or you're not looking to have kids yet, but it is expensive to put your child or children in daycare in the Netherlands. And I'm going to do a separate video talking about daycare cost and yada yada yada. Start with rent then, before we go into the other big or smaller buckets of like expenses. Starting with rent, how much is your rent in the Netherlands? Because you live in Amsterdam as well.
Yes.
So how much is your rent? Tell us how much your rent is, and you know, the size of your house and the location.
I need a sip of wine for this one.
I'll join you.
So currently we pay about 2,000 euros.
Okay.
And that's because we live very close to the center. We're paying about 2,000 euros for a 2-bed, 100 square meter apartment,
Okay.
which is very key. Like, yo, it's a big deal.
I actually think that's quite affordable
big
for
deal.
this area, by the way.
Yes.
Right? I think you guys got a good deal, no?
I think we did. And one of the reasons why we did is because this house was built in the 1930s.
Aren't they all?
But it's also not it's not newly renovated.
Yeah.
It's like maybe 3-4 years ago renovated. Yeah.
Yvonne, that is newly renovated by the Netherlands standard.
How?
If you want to get a house or an apartment and you're hearing like, oh, it was renovated 6 years ago, that's new, honey.
Oh.
For me, since we're doing comparisons, for me, I live in the Zuidas area, which is also the south, but it's like the newer south.
Yeah.
So Yvonne is also in the south, but it's like she's closer to the old south.
I think the difference is probably in the kind of buildings around.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more newer development happening on your end.
Yes.
Than
yes.
on my
I
end.
think I've done a video, by the way, if you haven't seen it, on house hunting in the Netherlands, and I put my house on there, like my apartment, and I actually put the cost and the square meters and whatnot. Ours cost a little under 2-3, and it's a 2-bedroom as well, and it's 102 square meters. So she's talked about rent, I've talked about rent. I'll talk about daycare now. Daycare costs just about the same as rent. That's why I said they're my 2 biggest expenses. So annoying. But daycare costs a lot of money, and typically if I was doing, I do Mondays to Thursdays for my son. If I was doing the full yard, like Monday to Friday, then I'd be paying a lot more, obviously. Daycare costs about, I don't know, what, 12? I'm going to write it out, sorry. It's like 10 to 12 euros per hour, and you cannot have a minimum number of hours that you use. It's like almost from 7 to 6 or something. So you're literally paying for at least 10 to 12 hours a day. Whether your child is being picked up at 3 p.m., it doesn't matter. You pay for the full day. Yeah. So daycare is one of our biggest costs. I know. Again, I can go into daycare, but maybe this video is not for daycare. Let us move on.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
People don't talk about daycare costs.
Yeah,
That's why I'm doing this video.
About daycare costs.
It's expensive. So now let's go into the different buckets of bills. Utilities. I have a story to share, you guys. Electricity bills did me shaggy. But let's talk about other things that you must pay, like health insurance. It's compulsory.
Yes, very compulsory.
Do you want to start with that?
Yeah, I can.
Awesome.
Together as a couple, we are paying between 300 and 400 euros.
Do you guys have extra premiums? Because that's why, right?
I think we do.
Yeah, you must have maybe dental or something.
Yeah, we have dental, and you know, this is even post discount from my employer. So this is post discount from my employer, but then we're still, and that's why, you know, like, I make sure that I use my health insurance. No jokes. Like, you can ask my husband how many times I've been to the hospital. I've run like 1 million tests
for random stuff.
I
love that.
I have a headache.
Not like I don't love that you're sick or you need to check with things,
but I have a headache. I'm having a fever. Okay, you're gonna do this test. You're gonna do this. I'm always doing tests.
I've done a video, lucky you, on healthcare in the Netherlands. So I'm going to put the link in the description box for you. But in the video, you'd see that I talked about the different premiums that you can actually pay for in addition to the basic health insurance that is mandatory for every single person who lives in the Netherlands, period.
Well,
so I don't have a lot of premiums apart from dental, I think. So ours is about 300. On
the 3 of you, there's nothing really different between our families.
In healthcare, no.
Okay.
Because it's only the adults that pay. Come to me when my son is over 18, then there will be something.
Well, by then he's an adult.
Exactly, he can pay. He can get a job and then start paying for that.
He'll pay for his healthcare.
So that's healthcare done. Now, next bill, I'll say electricity and gas. You guys use gas, right?
Yes, we use gas.
Okay.
We use a lot of gas because we're Nigerians and we love to cook a lot of food.
We do.
Yeah. I think we use the same provider.
Yes, we do.
So currently our installment, actually in the first month our installment was like 280. They estimated that it was going to be 280, and after the first deduction from me, I was like, that is not possible. I went into the portal and literally reduced. They said the minimum I could do because of my location and my family and the size of this apartment is 230.
That is so funny.
And I can revisit that in 6 months. So I reduced it to 230, and I haven't reduced it again since then. And we've not been here for up to a year, so
you
we
haven't
don't know.
gotten
I haven't gotten whether we're paying in excess or whether they're refunding us.
So right now you pay about 230 a month.
We pay about 230
Okay.
a month.
In my case, apparently we were underpaying. We were paying 155 euros monthly. Now at this point, it's like a JJC matter. Like Johnny just come. Do you know what's going on? This is what they said to us as our estimated bill. So this is what was being deducted monthly for over a year. Now they did the recalculation and estimated. No, actually, they let us know that we are owing 1,300 and something. So what that means now is my monthly has now been recalculated and changed, pretty much adjusted to fit our trends in terms of usage.
So what's your new monthly?
It's
Talk to me.
It's about 500. But I'm promising you guys, I'm going to come back to testify.
No.
I'll testify because they must give me money back.
No, Jess, What?
I know. To be clear, the total payment includes the instrumental payment, which is about 100 and something per month, and then the new monthly is about 400. So it's a little over 500 in terms of total monthly now. Okay. All right. So that's electricity and gas. Let's talk about the cheapest thing. What is the cheapest thing to you?
I think it's probably before
I'm very curious
I
to know
think
what the
it's
cheapest
water.
bill. Yes,
I think it's water. Water is so cheap.
So, shouldn't this video made us realize how much there is to learn about the water bills in the Netherlands? My family used to pay 10 euros per month in the course of 2021 when we moved here, and at the end of 2021 December, we paid water tax of up to 100 euros. Now our bills have been recalculated and we now pay double that amount, which is 20 euros per month. And Yvonne's family of 2 used to pay 12 euros when they moved here, but now they pay 22 euros per month. Yvonne, what are you doing with water? Why are you using more water than us?
Internet and
and TV. How much you pay for that?
There's no internet, just internet package.
Yes, it's with TV.
So it's with TV. But we're currently doing about 60 euros a month.
Oh, ours is cheaper. So we're doing 49 point something. So let's say 50 euros per month. I don't even know if what we're paying for is still internet and TV because we don't use the TV. But we pay just about 50 euros. I think it might have been removed. So check if there's a wall that you can remove that.
Okay, that makes a lot.
Yeah, 60 euros, 50 euros, still about not too bad as a monthly. So let's talk about food and groceries. Because that plays a huge part of your big expenses.
Yeah.
For me, it's somewhere in between. But how much you get to spend in a month, for instance?
So we just cap it. So we try to cap it to 1,000 or 1,500, depending on other things that have infringed on our expenses in a month. But yeah, it's usually between 1,000 and 1,000.
I don't know. I have a feeling that we're going to get people screaming in the comments like 1,500 for what? But she said they cap it, meaning that they never spend above that. Okay, sometimes it could be 500, right?
Honestly, I'm not joking. But it yes. Sometimes.
So what does that involve? So tell me. So
Yes.
grocery shopping, like going to
Grocery
like the
shopping,
Albert
ordering in, so from an Uber Eats or any other of the apps that you can use to ordering, even ordering in groceries, right? So using the apps
so
that you can use. So groceries, ordering in, and hanging out. Hanging out can be included.
Yeah, because if you're
we're
hanging out, it's like
celebrating big moments.
it could be like the dinner you're actually going to eat, but you're just eating out, so you're paying for that.
Yeah.
Okay. In my case, we don't have a budget for that, and we don't have a cap either. But I know that at least in a week we spend maybe 100 euros per week, and that is minimum. Okay, and this also includes, to her point, like food, groceries, things you buy from the store or from the supermarket, and then the basic things for my kid like diapers, wipes. We try to buy those things in bulk actually, so that's why it may inflate the price a little bit. But yeah, so maybe I'd say somewhere between 500 to 1,000 monthly, but I don't think we go over 1,000 on groceries monthly. Question for you guys: would you like to see a video of how much things actually cost in the Netherlands, like how much bread costs in the Netherlands, how much milk costs in the Netherlands?
That would be an interesting.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on to transportation. I'm going to leave this one to Yvonne. I have been doing Ubers, and I only just started using public transport very frequently, very recently. I'm talking last week, 2 weeks ago, type of recently. But Yvonne has a better
experience with public transport, let's just put it that way. And my subscription allows me discounts during peak periods, for instance, especially if you're taking the metro, so you get discounts during peak periods, so that's fantastic. My subscription also allows me pay at the end of the month. So at the end of the month, the money is deducted from my account. The reason why it's better to get the personalized card is that you don't have to worry about, oh my god, there's no money in my card.
I thought you were going to say, you don't have the personal card. I'm like, I know, don't tell me.
You don't have to, because I know you have the anonymous OVG.
Yes.
You don't have to worry, because that was me. Sometimes I want to enter the bus and I realize there's no money. I start running helter-skelter to find the next Albert Heijn or to find the next place I can load the card.
Okay.
But I found out that with the personalized card, just get on one of the subscriptions and you're good. And guess what? That in a month I can spend, if I really go to the office, let's say at most 3 times a week in a month, I'll end up with other places I have to go.
Exactly.
I would spend nothing more than 20 euros.
So I'm gonna take
Nothing
Yvonne
more than 20
offline
euros.
to get more information. All right. So I think we've talked about pretty much everything that has to do with like family or like those bills that you can't do without, right? So let's talk about personal bills. The ones that are not like family related, like your hair, your nails. Tell me.
Funny enough, you might say it's luxury, but to me it's my lifestyle and it's important.
Girl, preach.
It's part of my budget in a month.
Preach.
But in a month I keep about 250 aside to take care of beauty needs. So it can be getting my hair done, but it depends on what I want to do with my hair.
Let's talk about that. What type of hair do you have?
Yeah.
What do you do when you go to the salon with your hair? Like you have braids on, for instance. I know you did not do that yourself.
I did not.
Yeah.
I don't do my hair myself. I don't do my nails myself. I have natural hair. When I braid, the person who braid, there are two people who braid my hair. One of them charges about 50 euros.
Okay.
The other charges
For
about
what?
100.
So just braiding.
For just
Is it
braiding.
long braid?
Long braid. I have to bring my extensions
So 50
myself.
euros with that. That's actually not too bad.
No, it's not bad.
Because when I went to, so by the way, for me, I do my hair a lot myself. This is not something I want to put into my budget personally. The only part of my hair the only thing that I want to do with my hair that I cannot do myself is retouching or relaxing my hair. So that's the only thing I want to spend money on when it comes to my hair. When it comes to washing my hair, treating my hair, I have relaxed hair, I do it myself. Now I started to go, thanks to Yvonne, she hooked me up with like an African salon, and then I started to go there to retouch my hair, and it cost me 40 euros to do that without.
Who is that? Which salon?
I don't know.
Later.
Yes, there's that one of them.
Okay.
And then it cost me, it's in the east.
Okay.
It cost me 40 euros to relax my hair or retouch my hair with my own relaxer. So if you use their own, of course you pay more for that. But I bought the relaxer here, I don't know, maybe like 10 euros, about 12 euros a month. So let's say on an average relaxer plus retouching my hair, let's say under 60 euros. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but because I also do sewings, right? Some people do not do sewings.
I haven't done sewings in years.
I started doing sewings when I got here.
How long does it get to last
So
for?
if I have to do my hair at most once a month. And then nails, I do my nails at least or at most, it has to be once a month. And where I do them, it doesn't go more than 80 euros. 70 to 80, it doesn't go more than that.
What about your pedicure?
So I rarely do pedi.
Really?
I
So
do
I do
pedi
pedi
like once
more than
in
nails.
3 months.
Oh,
I
interesting.
rarely do pedi.
I love we're having this conversation because it also shows like the differences in our personalities. Because for me, I'm a weak girl. I wear my natural hair sometimes. I do ponytails myself. You must have seen my pictures and videos. I mean, you must know. And then recently, I but I did braids by myself, like box braids. I'm going to try to put up a video or picture somewhere, like in wine. Like
I can probably do that, but I would never cut it right.
Yeah, it's never perfect, but for nails, I'm in between with nails. I don't do my nails every month. I may do my nails, like you see my nails are like done, but I mix it up. So sometimes when I go do my pedi, which is like once every 2 months, that one I don't play with my pedi, but I may do my pedi and not do my manicure or not get my nails done. But I can fix my nails myself. It's easy. I get those nice stick-ons. Boom, 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 pow.
The only thing I'm willing to do myself is constantly my skincare, but I may be deep conditioning my hair and all of that. But my nails, nope. My hair, braiding my hair, no. So yeah, I always make a monthly appointment at the nail place.
So if you're like Yvonne, then you know you need to have this budget cut out for you. If you don't like to do these things yourself, if you just cannot, you're not willing to do it, then know you have to add this to your budget for the month or for the quarter as well. For me, I mix it up, but I do most of the things myself.
Salons would, charge like between 15 and 50. But I hear, it goes up to 150.
I hear it. It's like,
it goes up to
a lot of care. I
hear.
Yeah. I don't know. My husband cuts his hair himself as well.
My husband now cuts his hair.
Yes, and the only, I think for kids, I've never actually taken my son to the barbers before. we both do it at home for my kid. But at his daycare though, they have like a hairstylist come in, I think every once a month or something. It's not compulsory or mandatory, but they always let the parents know when these folks are coming, and they put the price there, and it's always a little under 20 euros to cut kids' hair. I guess it depends on what you need to do with your hair, but according to Yvonne, it's about 15 to 50 euros as a range. Anyways, could we say that we've come to the end of this video finally?
Yes, we have.
Thank you guys for watching this video, and if you have any comments, would love to hear from you in the comments section. Hope you found it interesting and insightful in terms of the comparisons and how the cost could differ per household. And of course, these are our personal, I'm putting that out there. Yvonne, help me say personal cost of living in the Netherlands, okay? It doesn't mean that this is how much you need to spend. Of course, it costs a lot of money for some people and it costs less for others. It depends on your personal circumstance.
To add that, I think basically we are somewhere, we're not very far from the average.
Exactly.
We're not very far from the average. That's the truth. We are just highly skilled migrants trying to make it here. So we're not very far from the average.
We're just trying to make it here.
We're just trying to make it here.
Again, I'm going to drop links of the videos that I've done that I mentioned in this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please help me tell them to subscribe.
Please subscribe to Jessie's channel.
Well, and that's all, folks. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. But don't forget to hit the subscribe button, okay? Bye.
Bye.